Well, the honeymoon is officially over. We have our first signs of drama, and Luke feels dead inside? Excuse me. Yes, we're talking about it. Stay with us.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
That's what I want to say to Luke.
Yes.
I feel dead inside.
Oh,
Get out of here, Luke.
get out of here. But we want you, well, not really. We want you to stay here because we have a whole lot to talk about. We are talking about episode 5, season 8, Married at First Sight. My goodness. We have so much to talk about. Clearly, we're going to talk about the first signs of drama. We're going to talk about AJ getting mad, little strange, and we are talking about this lovely quote of the night, Luke feeling dead inside. But before we get started to all of those amazing topics, I'm going to let my lovely panel here introduce themselves, starting with my left to the left.
I'm Maddie Pocks. How are you guys? I'm happy to be back.
Hey. Hey, everybody. I'm Carmen, and I cannot wait to talk about Luke being dead on the inside.
Luke's about to be dead on the outside. What's up, guys? Mike Thieling here. I got what I wanted.
You
Got
did?
it?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Well, I've been saying this whole season, when is something going to happen?
Uh-huh.
Including this episode, I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, something's got to happen. I don't care that Keith doesn't like to work out anymore. Like, I get it. And then, boom, something happened.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like pulse check. Oh, there it is, or not, literally. But yeah, we'll talk about that. And obviously, we also are going to rate the couples at the end of the episode, and we're going to give our Gold Star Award. But let's kick it off with, I want to say Luke for the end. Because
Yeah.
Okay.
that was a lot.
Completely understandable.
Completely understandable. Let's start with Christine and Keith. So you mentioned it, Mike. We're still hearing, oh, I don't like to work out. What'd you guys think of them in this episode?
I mean, I think they're cute. I think
Yeah.
they're cute. I'm excited to rate the couples at the end because they've jumped a spot in my eyes. Spoilers. But I think they're cute. I think they're doing it. I like that he's biking with her and he's absolutely making an effort. So that's good. And that, you know, he doesn't like to work out to me has always been kind of a cutesy little disagreement. That's not like a hardcore
Yeah.
thing.
I think more so, like me, I'm not as bothered by him not wanting to work out. I'm very impressed with him trying. Like,
Yeah.
the way that he puts his best foot forward and is like, look, I want to give her what she wants. Very positive attribute to have.
Yeah, I think, I don't, like in the beginning when they're like, yeah, we're going to wait and blah, blah, blah with them sleeping together. I think they were lying. Like there
think
was
they
so
lied.
much.
Yeah.
Good
yeah,
point.
So,
She says no still.
I know.
She
and
said
it-
no
It's
this
a different-
episode.
Like, sleeping in the bed with your hair not tied up, you might wake up a little, disheveled. But there's a different look to getting your weave sweated out. And sis had the sweated out weave look, didn't she?
Yeah,
she
she
did.
did.
She
They're
had this,
lying.
like-
It looked like she sweated it out at the honeymoon night, the first night.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your word for it. I have no idea.
Mike's like, I never know.
You sound real confident
never
about it,
sweated a
though.
weave out?
I have not.
What?
No,
You have to
I don't.
experience
But
sweating
I
a weave.
think
Well, you're
I-
married, so.
I think she is really pushing the line of we have not had sex yet.
What
I think
kind of
she's
sex?
really.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw them in the bathtub. Let's go.
I'm saying
Like,
at least some oral sex. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah.
Because she's way too like, wow.
yeah, they're floating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
So-
buying it.
No.
Not buying it.
I want to give a huge shout out to everyone in our chat. Thank you so much. I do want to give a really funny. Deirdre Ricketts, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, said the drama, Keith farts.
I was going to say, like, how long do we wait before we fart, guys?
This is a serious question. This
This
is
is a
divorce
serious
worthy.
question.
Maddie, have you ever farted in front of your boyfriend?
Yeah, but I've been dating my boyfriend for.
She's like, yeah.
Hopefully he's not watching. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 years, and I haven't farted in front of him unless
have
it was in
not?
my
Really?
sleep.
You have
and
not.
I
What about
haven't.
like silent?
It's silent, of course.
But
Oh,
did
now
you
he
say-
knows.
He hasn't said anything
Now he
about the
knows.
smell.
She was like, I thought, and she blamed the dog. She always blamed the dog.
Oh my god, but the dog
lets it
sleeps
see
under the
you.
covers with us.
It's been you the whole time.
I know, so I can blame the
Seeping little
dog.
silent seeps.
Interesting. Yeah, my husband and I, we've been married for 3 years, together for 9, 10 this year. We fart in
You
front
just
of
Yeah.
fart? I've never.
Yeah.
We make a joke out of it. Like, what? Did you just hear that? Something's wrong with this couch.
I've
Like-
never just let one like burn. Never. No.
We don't even make
I
a
still
joke out
believe
of
in
it.
like.
Oh, really?
like-
It just happened?
We've been
just
together
like,
over
sorry.
8 years. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
What if
still
it
believe in,
smells
like-
so bad?
I love my wife. I don't care.
If that's the worst that they have to deal with in this relationship, they're winning.
Guys
they're good.
Guys tend to be more free with that type of thing than females. Like I've had one of my boyfriend like follow me in the bathroom and sat on the counter while I had to go to the bathroom because he just wanted to continue to talk.
Right.
Oh, that's cute.
That was cute. It was kind of cute. I was like, oh, this is special. We
Okay.
reached a new plateau. I've also been Dutch ovened, and that's really
What
disgusting.
the heck is Dutch?
So a Dutch
Okay,
oven
Mike,
is.
so I know you
Do you not
probably
know what that
didn't.
is?
You not know what
I
a Dutch
know.
oven is?
I know that we're probably,
It's when someone
stand on farts.
poops
No, this
under
is
the-
well on
Someone's
topic.
important.
Yeah.
When someone poops under the covers and then tries to hold you under, like
Yeah.
covers you with and holds
Right.
you under the covers with the poop.
Right.
So you have to smell it
Fart.
and take
I
it in
now
and bake
know
With no
what-
in the
escape.
stank.
Yeah, you can't
Oh,
get away.
You
ass.
can't get away.
So,
Hashtag
yeah.
Dutch oven.
really
Got
bad.
it. The
Yeah.
things you learn on this after show.
Yeah.
But you know what else you can learn on this
Don't
after
go into
show?
battle uninformed.
You know, don't go to battle uninformed. And we don't want you to continue to come, like, stay with us, watch our after show without being informed of our other channels.
Yes.
And our lovely Carmen has a message for you.
Hey guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us. We truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love to do. So don't forget to tell all of your friends and keep on enjoying our shows.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. The comments are mixed about farting.
Oh, really?
It's pretty mixed, and we taught a lot of people about a Dutch oven. So, I mean,
Hey.
guys, thanks for tuning in tonight.
Now
We'll
you
see
know.
You know, the more you know. And like, we're starting to learn a little bit more about what Jasmine thinks she knows about what this whole gender, roles, all that. Sister girl cannot make up her mind.
No.
And I'm baffled by it. I'm a little frustrated by Jasmine. What the heck do you guys think on this episode? She's killing me.
I don't know what to get from her because everything was all cool until she found it. Like, oh yeah, I want to be the lady and do the home house stuff while you make all the money. But you're messy and I don't want to clean. So
She's like,
that 50-50 financial conversation just wrecked it for them.
Yep.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's never been the same since then.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, the whole mud thing, hair is weird.
Hair
It's
is
nasty.
We
gross.
all
It's
have
gross.
hair.
Yeah.
We all have hair, but if it's not on another person, it's really gross for some reason. And
Yeah.
it's just in the mud. Like, who knows what else is in that? It's mud.
Yeah.
It's mud. Who knows what's in that mud? But just because there was some hair there.
I'll admit, like when she first said she saw hair coming through the mud, I thought she meant his chest hair.
That's
was
what I
like,
thought too.
girl.
And I said,
was
who
like,
cares?
girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then when I thought about it, I was like, oh, she's talking about loose hair. Like, have you ever been in the shower and a hair that's not your hair has touched you? That is gross.
Listen
That's
to you
nasty.
No,
That's
you
nasty.
think-
I do
okay,
not
look.
like hair in the shower. I
Here's
cannot.
3 of the culprits.
I can't do
right
it.
here.
I can't do it.
I take a shower. There's a little hair monster that's stuck to the wall. You know you girls do that.
But you have to clean up after yourself.
If it's your own.
You know what? Like, I can't even be mad with Jasmine. I kind of understand, but she had a responsibility in that moment to take advantage of that time to physically connect with her husband. So I
True.
feel like I'd be grossed out, but you gotta find a way somehow to make it sexy.
Well, here,
Yeah.
this is what I don't understand. Why make such a big deal out of it? Look at a different pot of mud, take a look, right, and use that.
Right.
Instead
Yeah.
of making a whole plot point about it and acting like a sourpuss sitting on the side and not even hanging out with the
Yeah.
couples or anything like
Yeah.
that.
That was too much.
It's kind of gross,
yeah.
but the hair's not going to hurt you.
You know.
I was thinking though that okay, so when I used to paint, you know, you have the hairbrush or the the painting
Paintbrush.
You painting with human
whatever,
hair? The
and
hairbrush.
what am I talking about? The hairbrush or the paintbrush? Yeah. So when you do the paintbrush, some of the things come off and it can get into the mud. So when
It's
I was
true.
watching that, I was like, maybe it's not human hair. Like it's actually
Maybe it's
just
a
from
brush.
the brush.
A bristle, yeah.
So, she I don't know. She
should have just been more like, I feel like these women, she hasn't taken advantage of being a damsel in distress and letting that kind of turn them on, because I think that, you know, as non-feministic as it is, it kind of turns a guy on to know that something maybe intimidates you or makes you a little afraid, and he can then man up for you. So maybe she could have been like, oh babe, oh my god, hair, like I can't, like she could have played it up in a playful way to make him feel like, let me rescue you, let me save you from your little drama.
So Mike, men like to feel needed.
Well,
Is that a turn on?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? It's a natural thing.
Yeah, but
Okay.
doesn't everybody want to feel needed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a human thing.
It's a human thing.
Yeah.
This is really fascinating. I'm going to mispronounce this name, but who's very interesting. How can you be squeamish about hair when you're literally wearing someone else's on your head?
The check and shade. I love it.
But that's a fascinating comment.
That's a darn good.
Well, there you have
good
it.
observation.
Weave hair freaks me out too. Like to see
Yeah?
weave hair.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. I don't like loose hairs, to tell you the truth. But that was a read and a half.
That's a good. That's
Interesting.
good.
Okay, see you.
You guys,
it's confirmed they have a weave.
yeah, that's.
I have a weave.
I don't know. But you know what? The hair is not even what bothers me the most for her. I think she is so desperately wanting to pull the whatever you define quote unquote man out of Will. It's almost like she is intentionally trying to be like, well, I need you to be man for me. I need you to be man for me. And it's like he's not delivering. I feel like she thinks that he's not delivering.
She's waiting for him to Dutch oven.
But she's stuck.
And he's not Dutch ovening.
He's not Dutch ovening. You know what? She's not drawing it out of him. She's going further in. She's not pulling it out. She's like just giving him stubbornness.
Yeah.
It's like remember, it was like, you're not going to help me. It wasn't like, oh, I need my man to save me. Like, I just feel like, and I might catch some flack for this, I don't know. I just feel like there's a certain way to be dainty around a guy. Like, you get more flies with honey and not vinegar type of thing. That if you sweeten your approach to not liking things, that you may bring the masculine side out of him. I don't know.
You think it's mainly encouragement over criticism.
Yeah, maybe
That's
like instead of just thinking about what she wants in the moment, maybe she can consider how he feels as well too, and maybe she can kind of sweeten him to the moment.
Yeah.
Because they both have a kind of stubborn streak.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like she thought she was just going to walk all over him.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Because boom, right away, no, you're going to pay what?
You know what?
Rescue me.
You
whatever.
just had like live light bulb go off. The experts said that. At first they said, well, one said, oh, well, she's just going to walk all over him. I was like, no, they're both strong. So I like that you pointed.
Yeah.
That's really good insight. Well, speaking of strength, my heart was like so strong for Steph and AJ in this episode. Oh. God love them. He was so sweet. And even though, I mean, the producers and everything did supply the meal and the gifts and all that, but he was like, you know what? I took my time, baby.
I planned this for you.
I planned this whole
No,
day.
you didn't.
No, you didn't. You checked
Come
boxes.
on.
It was like
Those
the
are
paper, like,
producers.
do you want the steak or the
Yeah,
fish?
the
Like,
producers are like, do you want us to put the table on the beach or
like,
next to the
He's like,
pool?
beach.
And then
Cool.
he's like, she's like, all this amazing food that you picked out yourself. And he's like, oh, yeah. And it's like you see, like, people from the production coming over and serving them. It's like,
Right.
obviously it was a producer.
He's like, we've
though.
had plenty of meals together. I know exactly what you gravitate to. Or she filled out a gigantic survey before this whole show of what she likes.
ruin it.
Exactly.
No, sorry.
Don't
my
you
God.
ruin
This is
it.
behind the scenes of reality television. No, but he's sweet.
he's
AJ
sweet.
is sweet. I like AJ.
Or is he?
And
Yes, he is.
We'll talk about that.
AJ has mildly reminded me of Jim Carrey this whole time, and I think I know what movie it is now.
What?
Me, Myself, and Irene.
oh my God, yes. Yes, I totally see that now that
I
you
can
say it. Yeah.
I can see
You
He
it.
has another side.
Yeah.
Was AJ floating your boat, Maddie?
Yeah, I mean, okay, this is the one thing I was just going to say. He's brought up 25 times. I think I tried to count, but I couldn't keep track. The fact that he is so sick of having dinner alone and that...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
He really
oh my
hates eating
God.
alone. This is a really interesting topic, though. Do you guys feel awkward eating dinner alone at a restaurant?
No.
No.
No. Really?
Not at all.
It's better with lunch, I think. But
What if you didn't have your phone?
No. I'd still be completely fine because
be
maybe
fine.
if I'm single and I'm just like
Yeah.
5 years and the man like, oh, I'm really lonely, but no, I cherish my time.
Yeah, you know what? It's just like if I'm by myself, sit me by a window, let me observe like what's going on. I don't want to just be sitting there with no phone, like just looking out
that's what
into
I'm saying.
I've never gone to the
Okay.
movies alone. I've never done that.
I don't know.
You know,
Oh,
but
I've
I
gone
feel
to
like-
the movies alone.
I would
Yeah.
take myself out to eat all the time, sit at the bar, maybe make a friend. But I don't think I've done it without a phone, to tell you
Right.
the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a
good
long
point.
time.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
At
And
home,
my
definitely
phone
not.
has died.
Yeah.
Out and about, I feel bored.
Okay.
I don't really feel awkward in any situation, but I just feel bored.
Well,
I've
after
definitely
5
done the
years.
movies alone. The movies alone is totally
actually
a
pretty
good way
dope.
to kill time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty dope. I do want to touch on
Take yourself
their
to a movie this week.
It's
sure
amazing.
There you go.
Goal for the week.
I'll take myself out.
Matinees are cheaper on Tuesdays.
You know?
But I want to talk about obviously AJ had a moment of getting upset.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about his position being upset? Obviously, like their whole point was they had to talk about the challenges so far. They've been married for a week now, and they had to talk about challenges that they had. And he felt like he was being forced into having a difficult conversation. Do you think that he was just more so not prepared to hear what she had to say, or like what the heck was behind him getting so upset?
It didn't bother me at all. I honestly think this plot point in this episode was overblown because I just think
Yeah.
this guy had enough of cameras being shoved in his face. I get it. He signed up for it. We know, blah, blah, blah. But I just think he was done with it for that day. And
Yeah.
maybe they did a lot of filming. We don't know how much they did. And he was just said, I just want to be alone with my wife and cuddle up here. I don't want to do this stupid, what do you like about each other? But he's probably over it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
I think he's hiding something.
Me too. Thank you for saying that.
I think he's hiding
Explain.
something. And I
Okay.
think being questioned about it, he's not ready for that. Like, he's not ready to really bring up why he's been single or what his flaws are. Like, let me just have this moment. And I do. And I think that his wife kind of caught on, like, why did he get so upset so quickly? Kind of bothered me, but I'm just cool. And then it upset her to the point where she started crying, which was awkward.
Yeah.
That was
But
awkward
I just think
that she
he's
cried
I
over
think
it.
it's something that he doesn't want to bring up yet. Like, I'm just trying to get past that. Like, he just let her fall in love with me first, and then we'll talk about the bullshit. Like, that's what I think. I don't
Maddie,
know.
what do you think he's hiding? Because you said so too.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like hiding like an anger issue or something. Like he was like, I just want to warn you that I get upset kind of about these things. And like, he's totally cool for now.
You
But
guys
we'll
got some
see.
conspiracy theories
we
going
will
on.
see if he
I just think he
snaps
was
on her.
tired.
Me, myself,
Mike's
and
like,
Irene.
I don't
All
know.
right.
I think he has another side to him, and then it's just gonna snap.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be something.
I think they're
Any-
such a great couple, though. I
Anybody
think they're-
that's
sorry.
overly
Yeah.
that overly happiness
Yeah.
is hiding something. Even she seems a little Stepford wife-ish. Like, okay, I'll go to the beach. Okay,
Yeah.
I
don't know
just
if
think he's
necessarily-
outgoing.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if necessarily hiding something, but they do say those who are overly enthusiastic on one end have a very opposite, kind of in another light. So,
I get what you're saying, but I think it also works the way I'm looking at it, too. The whole time,
100%.
he's out and
Yeah.
about, he's outgoing because the cameras are on him the whole time.
Yeah.
So a lot of people tend to put up a front when they're on camera, like, oh, are you more happy and outgoing or whatever? And to me, you just got to him at the end of the day.
You think it's true colors? kinda?
No, I don't think it's a true color thing. I think it's
Just tired.
consciously putting the best possible face on because the
Got ya.
camera's on, and he was just done with the cameras at that point.
Okay. Yeah. I do think the conversations that they were having is 100% appropriate, though. So as far as, those difficult conversations and having that exercise, I think it was pretty good. But let's move on to our lovely Kate and Luke.
Well, this is our awesome viewers, are actually leading us perfectly down this way because
give it
what
to
they're
me.
talking about right now, when we can go around, do we believe in love at first sight? Because this is playing perfectly into Luke and Kate right now.
I believe in lust at first sight.
Me too.
Just because it is what it is. It is sight.
Right.
We are not connecting on any other level other than sight.
Right.
So I do strongly feel like that's a big part of it. If you are not physically attracted to your spouse or interest, it's gonna be a pretty difficult road,
Yep.
and the percentage of success is pretty damn low.
Like, I met somebody and it had this weird sense that like I knew everything about them before I knew them, and I definitely everything that I assumed from the first time I saw that person was absolutely right. Almost like I knew them before, but I hadn't. Everything I knew, and I never lost that sense of attraction to that person that I started at. It only grew. Like even though it's an old thing, it's still like the attraction factor is still the same. Like you're still definitely my type, and the attraction would still be there if things had worked out differently. So I don't know if you call that love at first sight, or if it's just intuitive attraction that knows that you're built for somebody, or
Were you
somebody's built for
physically
you.
attracted to that person?
Immediately, instantly.
Okay, but if they were ugly, would you have felt the same the same intuition?
This is deep.
It depends on the attraction level.
You would have looked the other way.
Because
Be real.
ugly isn't attractive. Whatever you think is ugly isn't attractive to you because you
someone
think it's
else.
ugly, but it may be beautiful to you.
Sure.
Okay.
So you have
I think
to.
Kate's beautiful.
I think
Luke
Kate's
does not.
gorgeous.
I was about to say, we'll have
Maddie,
to ask.
Maddie, do you believe in love at first sight?
I was gonna say I do, and then I heard you guys talk, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's less.
Maybe it is less.
Maybe
I
it's
don't know what
less.
to think now.
Because how can you love at first sight? Like you can look at somebody and they can be, oh my God, just drop dead gorgeous, and then they just say the wrong thing, and you're like, I mean, like, how do you love something you don't know?
Everybody's pretty much agreeing with us, though. Lust, attraction at
yeah,
first sight.
you
Yeah.
can-
I didn't hear.
Lust at first sight,
Lust-
yeah.
yeah.
Until, I don't think you can really love someone until you know stuff about them. And you
Absolutely.
talk to them, and you know, yeah.
And then you don't leave them after you find out. That's
Well-
love. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
Yeah.
leave them
Find out
after?
flaws? Yeah.
Do you leave them after you kiss them and they say that they feel dead inside?
Yup!
Yup.
Hell
Won't be
yeah!
getting a
Pull
second
the
kiss from
ripcord,
me.
Kate! Get out of Costa Rica!
Hey.
Halloween.
I would have gone right to the producers and said, I'm out.
Yeah.
We're done with this little experiment.
Yeah, I so ridiculously feel. First
In
of
fact,
all,
get him off the show.
Yes.
And my quarter of the show, if I'm
Yes.
Kate, you guys can chronicle me going on little dates around town back home
Yes,
and
I
see
was
if I
gonna
could
say
get
that.
married to somebody else at first sight or
just-
something.
or just give me whoever else was in line next.
Or just give
Let's
me.
be real. There has to be somebody in you guys' database that you can match me with.
How about like somebody that I physically described that I would like, maybe?
Can you imagine? What if you're this girl's parents and she's like, guys, we're doing it again. Come back around. I'm getting married
go.
again at first sight.
But no, like to his defense, he did say like my last girl was a multicultural mixed
did not-
woman. He said then before that was a Latin woman. Before that, he named everything but
But
a white
he
girl.
did
White
say
was in
white
there.
girl.
White was in there.
He
White was
did
in there.
say
But it was
white,
mixed.
like quickly.
It was
he was
mixed.
like, and a white girl.
No.
But no, it was white and
did he say
something.
never
Yeah,
a white girl?
No, it was white and Brazilian or white and he never said.
Oh, Italian and
totally
black.
right.
That's what he said. The first
Italian
one was
and black.
Italian and black.
Italian.
Brazilian.
Black.
I thought it was white and
It was white and
Pakistani?
Oh yes, Palestinian.
Palestinian.
It was
okay.
white and Palestinian at the
So it
very
was a
end.
P.
And he did not specifically say, you know what, white girls are off limits.
But repulsed and dead inside is a different level.
It's
that's
such a different
way
level.
beyond
Yeah.
not being
He's
attracted.
talking about her like she was from John Carpenter's The Thingers. It was like morphing in front of him. Like she absorbed the light switch and it became into her. And then she was like, kiss me.
Like she
She's
was
just a girl.
Like,
She's
she
so
was-
sweet and pretty.
She's gorgeous.
What is
so
wrong?
pretty.
Yeah.
Well, would you guys?
He's like the bird box. Like, don't look, don't look.
Yeah.
He's.
She's
Damn,
making him see the worst of his
He's like, I'm gonna
fears.
kill myself. No.
I ripped my own lip. Do you? But be real though, because I partially I'm gonna be a little devil's advocate, just a tad. I would tell the person the truth. If you're not attracted, if you were in Luke's position, what's better, to lie about it the entire time or to tell your significant other, whatever, how you really feel? Like, look,
Right.
I'm not attracted to you.
We went back and forth over this when we were watching the episode. I don't think we're going to come to a real answer. What I'll throw out there, right?
Yeah.
Because you could argue it either way. I definitely could argue it both ways. What I will say is I think purposely not being physical with the other person, you're not giving it enough of a shot.
Yeah.
If you're going into this experiment already saying I'm going to get married to somebody I don't know, then you have to in your gut be willing to give it a fair shot.
Yes.
And if you won't even want to hug her or anything, you're just not. That's not even a girlfriend level then.
I'm always into trying to make it a good time. Like, they need to get one of those little playing card decks with the dice and the card and make it fun to where it doesn't have to be so like, oh, let's tongue each other down right now. But it's like, oh, it says we should hug and kiss. So maybe they could like
Luke
hug
won't
and
hold
do
her
a
hand.
peck.
You want her to play sex games with her with like
I'm
from
just saying,
Spencer's Gifts.
maybe not. It doesn't have to. Like, there has to be some sort
Spencer's
of
Gifts.
teenage one, the level they're operating on. Maybe there's like a PG-13 one. I don't know. But just something to make it fun so that there's less pressure to like, oh God, here we go. Here it is. Here's the
She's
moment.
begging the other
Here's the
couples to
one.
play spin the bottle so she can get some kind of action.
7 seconds.
30
away.
seconds in. Oh,
God.
7? Oh, 7.
Oh, we've grown up since then. It takes
Did
a
I
long
say
I have
seven?
a
Yeah.
feeling that Luke will be more excited for his own funeral, being dead inside, than he would his own wedding right now. He's like,
Luke
well,
wants to go
I'd
back to
rather-
the zoo. He'd rather make out with a sloth.
Yeah.
Maddie,
Yes.
would you be honest and tell the person you're not attracted? I would. I'll give my spill.
and I
but-
was asking you guys this before. I was like, do you think maybe he's just sticking it out because if he gets to the end of the season and if he doesn't, they won't pay him the money for being on the show? Like, I don't know why he's doing this.
Maddie's all for this. He's in it
I
to
don't,
make a buck.
but I don't believe that. I don't think so. It would be plenty of drama and stuff for them. I mean, I guess who knows their contracts, but I don't think they would just not pay him. He's
Yeah.
on the show. They must have some kind
Yeah,
of
they
commitment.
have to have
but
something.
it can't be in the contracts. You must love this person. You must make out with her or something.
well, you must
right?
stay together. So
The stuff that you don't want to do real bad sometimes ends up being the exact thing you need to do. Like, I don't know how many times like I wanted to go to a party and I told myself 10 trillion times like, no, you do not need to go. Don't go. And I'm like, I'm just going to go and I don't feel like going, but I'm going to go. And then when I get there, I have an amazing time because I just made myself go.
Yeah.
So he just needs to make himself go to the party.
Well, he okay. How I feel on this is one, he made himself kiss her. So can we give him like a 1%?
then he
No.
1%.
You're acting like he
Damn
went
it,
in.
he tried.
He's not going into like the leper colony and like.
Okay,
it's,
look.
And then he ran to the bathroom
And threw up.
and
Sorry.
fake threw up. I don't know what he did, and had to
tried.
say
And then
that.
she went into the bathroom and brushed her teeth and stuff. I would never go in that bathroom
my God.
again.
I would be honestly, I would be 100% honest with the person that I'm dating and just say, look, I am so sorry. There is something deep inside me that really truly wants to find you attractive, but I don't. And I'm sure that there are. Now, would I use dead inside and repulse?
Okay.
No, those are some pretty horrible.
Why
When you
didn't they
said
show
that-
us when it happened? Why
When-
didn't they
They
show
did
us?
it
They
in the
weren't
dark
recording.
because he intentionally, like Luke intentionally, I would love to see how he really is when cameras are off because he intentionally waits
Right.
for cameras to be off. Because
Right.
even when she wanted to address it the last episode, he was like, do you really want to do this right now? He waits until the cameras are off to then say or do whatever. So who knows the kind of conversations that they're having? They could be like, look, let's say this that I told you, we're gonna make this bread, our ratings are gonna go up, we're gonna be the best like controversial couple, and let's get this paper, we'll have sex after.
You think that's what he did?
No, I don't know. I just
That, I
my
mean,
mind was about-
that would be genius mastermind. If
My mind went
they
off.
masterminded that when the cameras were away, that's genius.
You never
I got
know.
2 things for you. One, the way to do it is just to tell her, look, I made a mistake. I can't do this married at first sight. I'm too freaked out. I don't feel comfortable with the whole thing. Not like you're hideous and I'm repulsed by you, okay?
Yeah.
2, we got somebody, I lost who it was in the comments here, but somebody, it's Ray Ray, who's been with us the whole time. Thank you so much.
Hi, Ray Ray.
Ray Ray says, I feel he's using this for his business. We said
That's
that,
what I
but
said.
hang on.
said it.
We said that, but when I read that, I thought, yeah, but he looks like a jerk.
Yeah.
So how is this helping?
How
It
is this
can't help
helping?
his business at all.
I will say that I love that it's helping Kate because I can only imagine the guy sliding her
yeah.
DMs right now.
Yes.
And I don't know, there's some really ridiculously dumb women who are out there like, girl, he just needs some color in his life. Let me just take advantage of this beard.
Any of the ladies in the chat, right now, if you would actually date Luke, if you would give
Even
him a
in
shot,
his state right now.
if you would give him a shot, you met him out and about, the
Luke's
show's
good
done
looking.
taping.
He's
Let's just
attractive.
assume they don't make it. If he's single, would you give him a shot? Go ahead.
Okay, I do love Sydney Williams in the chat before we move on to our next topic said, as far as like Luke to Kate, said,
This is true.
lie about it first. She might have some bomb sex.
I have that feeling about Kate that she is a freaky deaky. Like when she gets a couple of drinks in her, she has another side that's like ready to go to the rodeo.
Follow up. Bomb sex might change his mind. Quote, wow, maybe I do love you.
I think she's gonna change his mind. But I like the way that he catered to her, just to give him a little leeway.
When the cameras were on?
No, he like made her tea in the morning, and she said he's very
yeah, so does room
accommodating.
service. Great job, Luke.
Yeah.
So
Paid
what?
for by the show.
I guess he's trying. I'll give him a
He spent more time trying to find honey for her tea than like holding her hand or being affectionate. It's just annoying.
I'm learning about myself because I'm the type of person that like I'll like you and I'll love your company, but if I do not want to be intimate with you, you will not get any sense of intimacy from me until I'm ready. But of course, then I'm not signing up to be married at first sight.
Yeah, I couldn't
because
either.
I know that about myself.
Yeah.
So Luke, you knew this.
I don't know, but since we're there, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here if you're Kate, and where do you go if you're Luke? What do
Marriage
you think?
counseling.
I would
Do
say
you? You're gonna give it a shot?
No, I would not. We did a little poll. It's on my IG story, so follow me on IG. We did a poll, and I agreed with most of everyone that we talked to. I would move the hell on because if someone says that, you're not going to physically I'm not going to force you to find me attractive because newsflash, I'm sure that there's somebody else out there that will.
Yeah.
And I would just go to the producers and say, you know what? This is not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Can you what else you got? And Luke
it's
needs
also-
he needs to be removed from the show.
It crossed the line with that. The dead inside stuff crossed the line. So I'm not going to be treated like that and made to look like a fool. If you don't like me, that's one thing.
That's
but
fine.
I mean, nobody's repulsive.
Thank
Come
you.
on.
Next.
Yeah.
How did he say it? Like, I'm repulsed on the inside. And like, this
Right.
what did he do?
What do you think, Maddie?
It's so sad though how she's so hopeful. Like, why does she keep being like, even on the the thing they showed after the show and like a little bit of them interviewing and
She's
whatever.
strong.
She's just
And
like
desperate.
you
You have to be desperate to sign up for this. I'm
I know,
sorry.
and it's I feel so bad for her. It's like she's desperate, but she's so hopeful, and she's just like, maybe we'll work it out. And like with therapy, I'm like,
I think that's amazing. I
That's
think that's
right.
the attitude you need.
See you, Hoos comes through with another dynamite comment. Absolutely right. If you move on from it, you're always going to wonder if he's repulsed. Every single time she kisses him or does anything,
Kinda
she's going to
scorned a
think,
little bit.
are you grossed out by me? Is this better? It's a terrible way to be.
Do you mean future Med or staying with Luke?
Staying with Luke.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even give him the gold. I'm like, if you're so repulsed, then no. You're going to want me before I want you.
Maybe she should put her freakum dress on when they get home and like go out with her girlfriends.
I thought about that. I'm like, you know what? I guarantee
Freakum
if she
dress
just,
on.
and I think I said this at the table, you guys kind of looked at me like I was crazy. But if she just,
About to again.
I'm about to again, and I did the hand movement and everything. What if she just out of nowhere just started touching him to make it pleasurable, to equip the thing to move forward?
jump on top of him.
It still doesn't make any logical sense.
But if he got, I'll just say, if he got
Aroused?
aroused. That was so.
That's
more
a
polite.
proper way.
If he got
And that made him
aroused.
feel dead inside?
I don't know. Damn it. I
that
just don't
inside
understand.
is a very
That's
strong
very
phrase.
strong and very specific.
Dead.
I'm so
Repulsed and
interested.
dead inside is not just a random throwaway term.
I'm just interested to see what people rate these people. We have our special segment coming up. We're going to rate these couples. We'll also award the Gold Star Award. I think I just want to get into this. Let's rate
All
them. Let's rate them. Okay. Juliet, our lovely rate music. Yes. The sound of hope. We're going to start with Christine and Keith. K and K. How would you rate? Mike, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, they're my number one this week. They jumped ahead. I just love everything about them. I think they're cute. Like I said, the little working out thing, I think that's just like cute little banter. I don't even think it's actually a problem, and I think they're in a great spot.
Yeah.
Fart away, Keith.
Yeah, I give him an 8. Matter of fact, I'll give him an 8.257.
Oh, I guess I gave him a 10.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I gave him a 10. They're my best. Sorry.
I'll go 8.257 because I gave him an 8 last week, I think, and his effort definitely took things up a notch. But I completely gagged when he was like, "Well, I don't want to go back to my grandmother's house." And I was like, "No, you don't. We don't want to do that."
At least they both live with their folks that are like relatives, so it's
Yeah.
not. That'd be more awkward if only one of them.
It almost
True.
sounded like he was insulted. He was like, "Evidently, we both live with our parents."
Yeah, you do.
I thought you were bringing something to this situation.
Not evidently. It's a fact.
It is. Maddie, what about you?
I give it a 7.5. Because
So specific.
I know, but like I think they can joke around with each other, which is great. And then they're both in the same situation with living with like parents or family. So I think they can work it out, and they're good at talking to each other. So
I am going to say 9. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really expect a lot from this couple. They were way too attracted to one another way too quickly. And I have hope for them. So let's figure that out. Steph and AJ.
Ooh.
Yep.
Big Mike.
They're my 7.
I
They're
knew
my
you were
7.
gonna say
So
that.
they switch places with K&K this week. A lot of it based on not his anger, because again, I think that was just a throwaway, but based on the preview, so I don't know if I'm cheating a little bit, but based
You
on the
are.
preview, they get into some tiff, and that had me a little bit worried. So they just scooted down a little bit for me.
Okay.
I give him a 7. Just a flat old 7, no 0.25.
Uh-oh.
You know,
She's like, damn it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
that anger issue, it just tipped on out. I knew something was going to have to crack sooner or later. And I really believe that she is ignoring. I think she is 37, first of all. And she's like at that age where she's not tripping off of too much, but she's ignoring. I really believe she's suppressing the things that she doesn't like about him just to convince herself that this is going to be a match made in heaven. And I think she's smiling through, because she gives me Stepford wife a little bit. Like, everything's A-okay with this guy. But I do like the way their little corniness matches each other's, like their little quirky nerdiness. It works, so that's cute. But it keeps them at a 7.
I think you're going to win this season because you just don't
Yeah.
trust Steph and AJ, and they're getting it over on all of us except for Carmen.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's just like, okay, this is what it is. It's what it is. This is what it is. This is what you signed
think-
up for. This is it. Don't even trip. Like, I think that's her
Okay.
conversation in her head every day. Like, you
herself
signed
in
up
the
and just go
bathroom,
with it.
psyching her up.
Just yeah, she's talking to
Psychs
herself in the mirror
herself
like,
up.
it's gonna
It's
be fine. You'll
You
like
did this.
him
You wanted this.
eventually.
It's great.
Yeah, that's what I think. You wanted it. It's gonna be fine. I think that's her rhetoric to herself.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 7 as well. I think AJ has skeletons in his closet.
Poor guy.
I think so too.
There's something. It's just like the look in his eyes. Like it's almost too good to be true.
Because it
almost.
switches really quickly. He goes
Yeah.
from like really happy to really like
0 to 100.
But then he's also kind of like, well, I can get angry easily. And then he like tames himself a little bit. But maybe when the cameras are off in a few months, they're still married, it'll like come out.
maybe there's a reason
know.
he's been eating alone.
Yeah. Same.
That's what I was just gonna say.
And that's why
Because
I'm
you
going to
don't-
give them a 7.
You don't need a wife.
See this guy flip out
You don't
because she's
need-
like, I have to work. Like, he's like, I will not eat alone.
brought it up 50 times.
I'm on my way. Tupperware.
Either I'm eating or we eating.
I'm coming to where you are.
I agree. I think I love AJ, but same. I think something's a little bit more.
Because you can eat with friends. You don't have to eat
You're
with
right.
your wife.
There are
You're
plenty
right.
of dining
Yeah.
options.
We're his friends.
Yeah. So quickly, Jasmine and Will.
He could eat with Jasmine's dog, and then he wouldn't be alone. AJ could.
Oh, yeah.
Just giving other options. Jasmine and Will are my 3. I'm just not feeling it from them. The mud thing to me was a big turnoff. I think, especially only being married a week, these little things, you just don't let stuff bother you. I went on a date one time. Here's a story time. I went on a date one time, and it was a first date, and the like $3 hot chocolate that she bought was too hot. And she's complaining about it. And right then I was like, this is done. If this is what you're going to do the first date. So that to me was the mud situation. Just let it go. No big deal. Go have
Just
fun with
let
the
it
couples.
go. Make it fun. I think I gave them a 5 straight down the middle last week. I'm gonna give them a 6 because
Interesting.
this is why. Jasmine show her little spoiled brat side, right? But Will,
She has a diagram on this paper, by the way.
At the end of the night, there's a whole situation going. Will, at the end of the night, when she was asked to bring up what she didn't like about him, and she had an extensive list of things that could be improved, he kind of was just like, okay, well, he had a very grounded approach to hearing the things that she disliked about their connection. And I like the way he does that. Even when they first had their first disagreement, he was like, I like effective communication. Let's talk about this. Let's talk this out. This is something that should be communicated. So he gained points where they lost points. And he's terrified of heights, which is bigger than just like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Like a phobia is weird. Like, I don't have a phobia of heights, but I don't like suspension bridges, and I don't like walking across bridges. Like, it's scary to me.
I hated this part of
the
the
fact
We
that
didn't
he got
talk about
across it, you know, he did it. It's kind of like Keith on the bike.
Mike's not buying it.
No,
Maddie.
you know what? To me, sorry, no. To me, Will in the Heights is the same thing as her in the mud.
It's a
You just don't
phobia.
say anything about it. Just do it. You
Okay.
just gotta do it, but you gotta
So true.
impress
Okay.
your brand new wife.
Second
A
up,
little
buttercup.
impressed. You could be terrified on the inside, but like I said, hold hands with her and walk across the bridge.
But the thing about marriage is it's not going to be perfect, right? It's not going to be honeymoon based. So you have to deal with your issues in an effective manner. And I think that Will is grounded enough to do that.
I think so too. I didn't at first, but I think so.
Okay.
So they
Maddie,
gained
what
a
do you
point.
I give it a 4.5. I keep doing points, but
It's contagious.
you guys are right. He's
makes
walking across a bridge, and she has the issue with the mud. And I think when you're first starting to date someone, you kind of just like keep those feelings and emotions under wraps because you're still trying to make them like you a little bit. I mean, I know that like from experience. I know it's not the right thing to do. You should just put it out in the open. But I don't know. I feel like they're both complaining about stuff already, and they're not.
I'm telling you,
it's-
she made a big deal out of this mud, right? Stuck out. If she had just been no big deal, that's the thing that 2 years later you said, oh my God, you know, the mud, there was a hair that, it grossed me out so much. It'd be a funny
right.
thing. Instead
Yeah.
of this big blow up thing.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna-
ruined the
yeah,
moment.
I'm going to give them a 6. Maybe. That's a very loose 6. And I'm so damn surprised, and I'm even giving them over 5. Because I feel like they're so strong. They're both so strong that even though they have a few things to complain about one another that kind of irk their nerves, it's like that whole years down the road when she's like, I'm leaving you. He's going to be like, okay, well, where are we going? Like, it's almost like I don't know. It's just one of those situations. Lastly, real quick, we got to wrap this up. Kate and Luke. Zeros across the board.
One.
They got disqualified for committing a foul.
Yeah,
They're like
DQ.
out of
It's
bounds.
just a joke.
You're DQ'd
DQ.
this week. You don't even get a rating.
There's no shame in telling the show it's over.
rating.
Yeah, disqualified.
No rating for you. All right. So we also will do our Gold Star Award. So this is a moment in the episode, moment in the show that really stuck with us. So quick Gold Star Awards. I say I'm giving my Gold Star Award to Kate. She is the epitome of determination and persistence. I think marriage takes that. You can't just up and quit on the first level of the first issue. So my gold star goes to her, even though it does not, that Luke situation was really difficult. It goes to her that she, 1, tried, and 2, still gave him a piece of her mind, but in a very professional and open manner.
I'll have
Leave it at
to
that.
agree. I think Kate deserves a gold star for dealing with this crap.
Yeah,
Because
mhm.
Luke
Gold
is a
star.
mess.
Absolutely. All right.
I'm giving Kate my gold star as well, but for a different part of the show.
Let's go.
I'm giving it to her for when she told the other women in their little weird yoga thing how bad it's going. Because I thought that took a lot of guts because
Yeah.
everybody else is pretty much doing good with some issues.
Yeah.
But especially in this little yoga thing, they were kind of all glowing on how fantastic it's going. And it takes a lot to be like, you know what, it's not going good. It's not going good at all.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
Actually.
good. That's really good.
I was gonna say the same thing. Props to her because she could literally just out front just be like, is anyone else having problems? Like I feel like weird. We're all doing yoga and everyone's supposed to feel good, and I'm just sitting here and you guys are bragging about your new husband.
She tried to at first.
That's
I think
true.
she tried to keep it under wraps, and then she
Yeah.
just was like, "Oh, what the hell?"
No, I love it. I think talking about it, like, be real. This shit's not easy.
Yep.
So,
right.
Well, everyone in our chat, listening live afterwards on our YouTube, give us thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Let us know your ratings for the couples. We're keeping up with this for the whole season, so I'm so interested to see where it ends. And then give us your Gold Star Award from this episode. So we are going to wrap it up with our news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Fun news. This is fun news. Anybody who's fans of the shows, fans of Married at First Sight, Happily Ever After, Ashley and Anthony had their little cute baby last week. It's a week old. It's baby Mila. She's super cute. I was very excited for them because I also hosted Married at First Sight, Happily Ever After show here on AfterBuzz, and they were by far the best couple. Just really solid couple together. No real fights. Their biggest drama was moving out of the apartment. Whatever. Really, really solid, and we're glad to see them doing great. And she's super cute.
Oh, see, it works.
I don't like that she's grammatically incorrect right off the bat. It should be 1 week old,
Yeah, I know,
but that's
right?
okay. I'll give it to her.
It's
She's
like
only
one
a week
small
old.
things.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, they say like 1 out of 3 relationships on this show, Married at First Sight, 23% is their success rate. So, I think that's doable. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I wouldn't bet my money on the pot. That's for sure.
well, that is pretty much it for us this week. But we love to continue the conversation in our comments. So to do so, where can they find you, Mike?
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with the chat. I'm Mike Thieling. You can find me everywhere at Mike Thieling.
And I'm Carmen, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at king_karma. That's karma with a C.
And I'm Maddie Pocks. You can find me on Instagram at Maddie Pocks. Thanks, guys.
And I am Takira Shabrae. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Takira_Shabrae. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, rate, and comment. We'll see you next week, guys.
We'll find Kate's new husband.
Kevin Undergaro and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.